Hello everyone, I'm Genevieve Gambalan and I am excited to guide you through this instructional video as today we will be exploring and using the Gauss-Jordan Elimination to solve a system of equations with 4 variables. So here's our problem. So we have 6x sub 1 minus 2x sub 2 plus 2x sub 3 plus 4x sub 4 is equals to 16. We have 12x sub 1 minus 8x sub 2 plus 6x sub 3 plus 10x sub 4 is equals to 26. We have also 3x sub 1 minus 13x sub 2 plus 9x sub 3 plus 3x sub 4 is equals to negative 19. And negative 6x sub 1 plus 4x sub 2 plus x sub 3 minus 18x sub 4 is equals to negative 34. Now, the first thing we need to do is to convert the system into augmented matrix. So we need to write the coefficients. Thus, we have here 6, negative 2, 2, 4, and we have here the value of our b, that is 16. We have also 12, negative 8, 6, 10, 26, 3, negative 13, 9, 3, negative 19, and negative 6 plus 4 plus, that would be 1, and negative 18, or b is negative 34. And don't forget to put the matrix bracket. So from this, all we need to do is to make this diagonal be equal to 1, and the remaining would be equal to 0. So in that form, it should be in reduced row echelon form. So let's begin. So from this augmented matrix, the first thing that I'm going to do is to make this 12, 3, and negative 6 be equal to 0. So to do that, I am going to multiply negative 2 by R1 plus R2. In order to make 3 to become 0, I am going to multiply R1 by negative plus 2R3. And for negative 6 to become 0, I am going to add row 1 by row 4. Okay, so we're going to copy the first row. So that is 6, negative 2, 2, 4, 16. Now, negative 2 times R1, so negative 2 times 6 is negative 12 plus 12, that is 0. Negative 2 times negative 2, that is 4, plus negative 8, that is negative 4. Next, negative 2 times 2, that is negative 4, plus 6, that is 2. Next, negative 2 times 4, that is negative 8, plus 10, so we have here 2. Next, negative 2 times 16 plus R2, that is 26, so we have here negative 6. Next, negative R1 plus 2R3, so 2 times 3, that is 6, so negative 6 plus 6, that is 0. Next, negative times negative 2 is positive 2 plus 2 times negative 13, that is negative 26. So we have here negative 24. Next, negative times 2, that is negative 2, plus 2 times 9, that is 18, so we have here 16. Next, negative times 4, that is negative 4, plus 2 times 3, that is 6, so we have here positive 2. Next, negative times 16, so negative 16, plus 2 times negative 19, so that would be equal to negative 54. Next, R1 plus R4, that would be 6 plus negative 6 is 0. Negative 2 plus 4, that is positive 2. 2 plus 1, that is 3. 4 plus negative 18, that would be negative 14. And 16 plus negative 34, that is negative 18. Next, the next thing that I'm going to do is to make this negative 24 and 2 to become 0. So, I am going to multiply negative 6 by our row 2 plus row 3. Because negative 6 times negative 4 is positive 24 plus negative 24, that would be 0. Next, in order to make 2 to become 0, I am going to add R2 by twice of the R4. So 2R4. So from that, we're going to copy the first and second row. So we have here the 6, negative 2, 2, 4, 16. The 0, negative 4, the 2, 2, and negative 6. Now, negative 6 R2. So negative 6 times R2 is 0 plus R3, that would be 0. Negative 6 times negative 4 is positive 24 plus negative 24, so that would be 0. Next, negative 6 times 2, so that would be negative 12 plus 16, so that would be 4. Next, negative 6 times 2, so that would be negative 12 plus 2, so that would be negative 10. And negative 6 times negative 6, that would be positive 36 plus our row 3, that is negative 54, so we have here negative 18. And for our row 4, R2 plus 2R4 is 0. R2, which is negative 4 plus 2 times 2 is 4, so negative 4 plus 4 is 0. Next, R2, which is 2 plus 2 times 3, that is 6, so we have here 8. And R2, which is 2 plus 2 times negative 14, that is negative 28. Then by 2, so we have here negative 26. And R2 negative 6 plus 2 times negative 18, so we have here negative 42. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is to make this 8 to become 0. So to do that, I am going to multiply negative 2 by the R3 plus R4. Because negative 2 times 4 is negative 8 plus 8, that would be 0. So we have here, copy the first, second, and third row. So we have 6, negative 2, 2, 4. 16. So here 0, negative 4, 2, 2, negative 6. 0, 0, 4, negative 10, negative 18. Now, negative 2 times R3 is 0 plus R4, so this is 0. Negative 2 times R3 is 0 plus 0 is 0. Now, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8 plus 8, that would be 0. Now, negative 2 times negative 10, that is positive 20 plus 26, so this will become negative 6. Now, negative 2 times negative 18 plus R4, which is negative 42, so we have here negative 6. So, as you can see, we have here now the 0, 0, 0. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is to make the upper portion to become 0. So, before that, I am going to multiply negative 6 by negative 1, 6 in order to make this to become 1 para hindi na mahirap mamaya sa susunod mga process. So, negative 1, 6 times R4. So, from that, let's copy the first, second, and third row. So, we have 6, negative 2, 2, 4, 0, negative 4, 2, 2, 0, 0, 4, negative 10. 16, negative 6, negative 18. Now, negative 1, 6 times 0 is 0. Still, this is 0. And still, this is 0. Now, negative 1, 6 times negative 6 is equal to positive 1. Negative 6 times negative 1, 6 is still equal to positive 1. Now, so from this, yung sinabi ko kanina, I am going to make this 4, 2, and negative 10 to become 0. So, to do that, I am going to multiply negative 4 by our R4 plus R1. Because negative 4 times our R4, which is 1, so negative 4 plus 4 is equals to 0. Now, in order for 2 to become 0, I am going to multiply negative 2 to our R4 plus the R2. And in order to make this negative 10 to become 0, I am going to multiply 10 to our R4 plus R3. Now, negative 4 times our R4, so 0 plus R1. So this would become 6. Negative 4 times R4 is 0 plus R1, so we have negative 2. Now, negative 4 times 0 plus R1, so positive 2. Now, negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 plus 4, that would be 0. So, negative 4 times 1, so negative 4 plus 16. So, negative, no, that would be positive, positive 12. Next, negative 2 times 0 is 0 plus R2, so this would be 0. Negative 2 times 0 is 0 plus R2, that would be negative 4. Negative 2 times 0 is 0 plus R2, so this would be 2. Next, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Next, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 plus 6, so this will become negative 8. Next, for the third column, 10 times 0 is 0 plus or 3 is 0. Now 10 times 0 is 0 plus or 3 is 0. 10 times 0 is 0 plus or 3, which is 4, is equals to 4. And 10 times 1 is 10 plus negative 10, so this would become 0. Now 10 times over R4, which is 1, so we have 10 plus negative 18, so this would become negative 8. And we're going to copy the fourth row. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is to make this 2 and 2 to become 0. So to do that, I am going to multiply row 3 by negative plus 2 or 1. Because negative 4 plus 2 times 2 is 4, so that will be equal to 0. Now, in order to make this 2 to become 0, using the row 3, I am going to multiply row 3 by negative plus 2 or 2. Yan. So from that, negative R3, so negative 0 plus 2R1, so 2 times 6 is 12. Negative R3 is 0 plus 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Next, negative R3, so negative 4 plus 2 times 2 is 4, so negative 4 plus 4 is 0. Next, negative 0 plus 2 times 0 is 0, so we have here 0. And negative times negative 8, so positive 8 plus 2 times 12 is 24. So we have here 32. Next, negative R3, so 0 plus 2R2, that would be 0. Next, negative times 0 is 0 plus 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So we have here negative 8. Next, negative R3, so we have here negative 4 plus 2 times 2 is 4. So negative 4 plus 4 is 0. Next, negative R3, so we have here 0 plus 2 times 0 is 0. Next, negative R3 negative times negative 8, so we have positive 8 plus 2 times negative 8 is negative 16, so we have here negative 8. Now we're going to copy the third and fourth row, so we have 0, 0, 4, 0, negative 8, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. So, from this, the next thing that I'm going to do is to make this negative 4 be equal to 0. So, to do that, I am going to multiply R2 by negative plus 2 or 1 become our new R1 because negative times negative 8 is positive 8 plus 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So, positive 8 plus negative 8 is equal to 0. Now, we have here negative R2, so 0 plus 2 times 12 is 24. Negative R2, so we have positive 8 plus 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, so that would be 0. Negative R2, so 0 plus 0 is 0, still 0. So, negative times negative 8 is positive 8 plus 2 times 32, so 2 times 32 is 64. Plus positive 8, so that will be equal to 72. And then we are going to copy the second, third, and fourth row. So from these, as you can see, we have attained the 0 from the upper and lower. Next, the next thing that I am going to do is to make this diagonal be equal to positive 1. So to do that, I am going to multiply row 1 by 1 over 24. For row 2, I am going to multiply negative 1/8 by it. So, yeah. And for row 3, I'm going to multiply. I'm sorry, this is not negative, this is positive, so remove this one. Ayan. So from that, we have here 1 over 24 times 24 is equal to 1. 1 over 24 times 0 is 0. Anything multiplied to 0 is equal to 0. So we have here 0, 0. Now 1 over 24 times 72, that is equal to 3. Next, negative 1, 8 times 0 is 0. Negative 1, 8 times negative 8, that would be equal to positive 1, I mean. Then 0, 0. Now, negative 1, 8 times negative 8, so that is positive 1. Next, for the third row, 1 4 times 0 is 0. 1 4 times 0, still 0. 1 4 times 4 is 1. 1 4 times 0 is 0. So 1 4 times negative 8 is negative 2. And copy the fourth row. Kasi, yung pivot niya is naka 1 na. Ayan. So as you can see, we have attained our goal to make the upper and lower to become 0 and our diagonal to become positive 1. So from this, our x sub 1 is equal to 3. Our x sub 2 is equal to positive 1. And our x sub 3 is equal to negative 2. And for our x sub 4, it is equal to positive 1. So to check whether we have arrived to the correct values of x sub 1, x sub 2, x sub 3, and x sub 4, using the system of linear equation that we had a while ago, we are going to substitute the value of x sub 1, x sub 2, x sub 3, and x sub 4 to this one. So, we have here 6 times the value of x sub 1 is 3 minus 2 times the value of x sub 2, that is 1, plus 2 times the value of x sub 3, that is negative 2, plus 4 times the value of x sub 4, that is 1, is equals to 16. Next, 12 times the value of x sub 1, that is 3, minus 8 times the value of x sub 2, that is 1, plus 6 times negative 2, plus 10 times the value of x sub 4, that is 1, is equals to 26. Next, 3 times 1 is x sub 1, I mean, so that is 3, minus 13 times the value of x sub 2, that is 1, plus 9 times negative 2, plus 3, multiply the value of x sub 4, that is 1, this should be equal to 19. Let's check later on. And for negative 6 times 3, plus 4 times 4 x sub 2, that is 1, plus x sub 3 is negative 2, minus 18 times the value of x sub 4, that is 1. So this should be equal to negative 34. Now let's check. 6 times 3 is 18, minus 2 times 1 is 2, so 18 minus 2 is 16, plus 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So 16 minus 4 is 12, plus 4 times 1 is 4, so 12 plus 4, that is equal to 16. So check. Next, 12 times 3 is 36, minus 8, plus 6 times negative 2, that is negative 12, plus 10, that is 1, so it is equal to 26, which is equal to 26 here, so that is still correct. Now, 3 times 3 is equal to 9, minus 13, plus 9 times negative 2, that is negative 18, plus 3 times 1, that is 3, which is equal to negative 19, which is still negative 19 here, so that is correct. And for negative 6 times 3, that is negative 18, plus 4 times 1, that is 4, plus negative 2, minus 18, which is equal to negative 34, so we have here negative 34, that is correct. So, that concludes our instructional video for today. I hope you learned something from me.